Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 4 of the YTMCU podcast. It's been a while since we've done one. We've had 3 episodes so far, the first being with Isaiah Blair. He's played Shang-Chi and Ghost Rider. Second with my mom. And third with Jack Mack and Dalton. You know them, they've played just about everybody. So episode 4, we are talking to Cole Allen. Cole, introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Cole Allen. I played Winter Soldier and
Some other characters.
it's a whole bunch of thugs.
We'll get to that conversation right about now, actually. So I guess just give us a basic intro of characters you've played in the YTMCU.
Let's see. I've played Thug 1 through 37 in like almost every film. It feels like. I played Winter Soldier and let's see, who else did I play?
You played Midnight Man in Moon Knight 2.
That was honestly one of my favorites to do.
That one was different for sure. Honestly, I don't think there's a lot of other roles that you.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I mean, I've even like done some voices for Bucky over the phone.
Yeah, like in Dragon Tiger 3 and Secret Avengers 2. Not Secret Avengers 2, Moon Knight.
Moon Knight 2.
3.
Yeah, 3?
Just 3, yeah.
Alright.
Alright, so we'll talk a little bit about all of that. So, what are your thoughts on your performances as these characters?
Honestly, so I'm gonna start with the big one, Winter Soldier.
Yeah, that's like the biggest topic of conversation.
Yeah, I'm gonna start with big. Honestly, so in the first one, it was terrible. It was filmed in a day. So, and I've had no previous acting experience, so it was kind of terrible. And I mean, it was still fun to do. It just was so poorly put together and executed.
For sure. What other roles? What other films that you played Winter Soldier? What are your thoughts on those? Secret Avengers.
Secret Avengers, I did better, but it still could use some work. Same with Winter Soldier 2. Really could have used a lot of work on that one.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they came out, subpar, really, and...
Yeah, unfortunately, those were kind of the product of...
idiots.
Yeah.
Let's just put it like that, just
I wouldn't
idiots.
necessarily say that, because, we've made other good movies.
Yeah.
But I think it was just... Winter Soldier 2 was laziness, and Winter Soldier 1 was lack of preparation.
Yeah. And that definitely feel like the cast was just... It was too many different personalities clashing, so we couldn't find the perfect one.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. What about Midnight Man? What do you think of him?
Honestly, I feel like he was one of my best roles. Because it was my first time playing a villain. Loved it. I feel like I portrayed him perfectly, in my opinion.
For what you were given, totally. Yeah.
And
it's pretty good.
It was fun playing a villain for once, really.
It's a different experience playing a villain.
Yeah.
Especially when that villain is really developed, which he wasn't necessarily, but what he got was okay.
I feel like that's where my acting became peak, but then with Winter Soldier, I kind of just dropped off.
Yeah. So I guess we'll go from acting to the films overall. What do you think of the first Winter Soldier?
Terrible. I'm gonna be honest.
Hey,
I'm agreeing with the fan base.
Tell me about it, man.
It was terrible. I mean, like the actors just yeah, we had a couple guys know what they're doing, but
Jonathan.
Yeah,
literally just him.
Literally just Jonathan, but no one else kind of knew what they were doing, so it was kind of just thrown together, and really did not do well.
Yeah.
It was received as the joke.
It is the worst. But going from that for you, then comes your roles in Moon Knight 2. What do you think of that?
I definitely feel like, with less clashing of the personalities, most of us had the same ideas, same agenda, So we kind of actually made it way better than Winter Soldier.
Yeah, sure.
Because, and I feel like the script was more thought out than Winter Soldier was.
Actually, you know what? We'll have this conversation go film by film because I feel like we could talk about that. We'll just talk about all the movies.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on each of them? So we'll start with Moon Knight 1 because that's like the intro to everything.
Moon Knight 1, it was relatively decent for a starting film. Definitely, we've definitely advanced over time.
Yeah, for sure.
But I mean, you gotta start somewhere. It was a perfect start, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. We already talked about Winter Soldier.
It was terrible.
What about Dragon and Tiger, the first one?
Well, definitely the script was perfectly put together, in my opinion. It's just some of the actors were not really fit for their positions.
Unfortunately, the main two.
Yeah, but I mean, it turned out again subpar, but we're still starting out, still trying to figure out where we want people, how we want it to be filmed. We're still trying to figure stuff out, but obviously, again, we've advanced way better beyond our first films here.
Yeah, for sure. I've already talked about Moon Knight 2 and Secret Avengers a little bit. Dragon and Tiger 2?
It definitely felt a lot better than the first one, but being linked with the first one, it kind of tarnishes its reputation. Like, it probably would have been better if, like, people didn't link it with the first one.
Yeah. Flip the coin.
Honestly, that was shit.
What are your thoughts on?
Honestly, it just felt like the actors didn't care, and it was just sloppily thrown together.
It's definitely, I mean, you know the story of how that movie was made. We had 4 pages of a script.
Yeah.
And we kind of just had to make it up on the fly, which is very Deadpool. But it was...
It was too much, too out there, like, too much ad-libbing.
Yeah. Sin Eater.
Definitely one of our more darker films. Really good.
Dark is an understatement.
It's an understatement, but like it was really good. Just really fun to watch, and actually made you just sit on the edge of your seat, like, what's gonna happen next? What is he gonna do?
I found it to be very interesting at the watch party when our film guy, Dakota, we were watching it, and he goes, "It's not gonna happen," and then he kills James Rosenthal, and he goes, "No fucking way, he actually did it." Yeah.
A lot of plot twists, really, and like I feel like some of our older films, you could predict what was gonna happen, but in that, it just...
That was very interesting.
Yeah, it just threw all those, like, you try to predict it, and it just get thrown out the window with something completely different.
Yeah, that movie is very, very interesting to watch. Winter Soldier 2.
I mean, my thoughts on it, it's okay, but, I mean, again, really didn't... It was just laziness. It could have been better, and just, again, with those clashing personalities still, with some of the actors, it just didn't feel right, really.
Yeah. Then we'll switch over from quality to Moon Knight Chapter 3. What are your thoughts on that?
Peak. I mean, the acting, like, you actually felt what Mark felt, like, how he was very saddened. You actually felt the anger, the sadness, everything. Like, it was really good.
I got more questions later. I want to talk about these movies because you've been there since the start of it all.
Yeah.
And you're kind of deeper into it, so we'll get back on that in a bit. Daredevil Part 1. You remember that one?
I mean, I was in a little as a couple thugs, I think.
You played a priest in the beginning. Oh no, you played his dad, the boxer.
Yeah, yeah. That was definitely fun. That scene was very fun to film because, like, I literally just looked at you and I was like, you know what? To make it really authentic, just beat the shit out of me.
That was the last movie you were in.
Yeah, I mean,
We've had 5 since, which is crazy because we're about to talk about them. I don't know if you've seen the next 4. I know you've seen one of them. Quicksilver is the next one.
I don't really think I watched it, but I heard it was kind of poorly received.
Yeah, for sure. It kind of has Winter Soldier syndrome. It's too short. A lot of inexperienced cast crew. The writing was,
It was kind of sloppy.
and visually, its color grading was horrendous. It's just really, really blue.
Mm.
I had a guy do the color grading for it, and it just is not great.
It did not turn out great.
No, it did not. Midnight Suns. This was a really fun one to do, and it's one of the general audience's favorite ones.
Yeah, from what I've seen of it, I haven't finished it yet, but I mean, it was really well thought out, well put together. The cast actually got along perfectly. Like it was like all of these other good films that we've just talked about. Like the cast actually cared. They put their time and effort into it, and same with like the script. It was thought out.
I rewrote that script multiple times.
Yeah, I heard.
That one was just a lot of fun. Very, very different type of thing to do. I got to mess around with some aesthetics, like some horror, like metal aesthetics, supernatural stuff, which I really like that kind of thing.
Yeah,
You know,
and one thing I really wish we would have seen more of Ghost Rider. Really,
yeah,
he kind of just he was a background character for most of it. I felt like if he was supposed to be one of the main characters, he would have shined some more.
sure. Dragon and Tiger 3. Have you seen that one?
I think I started it, but I didn't get past the 20 minutes.
That one's really good. Definitely one that I would rewatch for sure. I mean, I rewatch all of it, but that one.
Yeah.
And this one hasn't come out yet, but Wolverine. You saw that one at the watch party. We watched it live. What do you think? Tell the people a little bit about it before it comes out.
Honestly, the thought behind it, like the thought and what they wanted to portray, it was there, but it wasn't actually portrayed. It kind of has the Winter Soldier and Deadpool aesthetic of, it was kind of just too many inexperienced people and kind of just sloppily thrown around, and like it was good, don't get me wrong, but it just has,
it's just underdeveloped.
Yeah, it's just underdeveloped, really.
Let's get a little deeper with these movies. Like let's have full on conversations. Let's talk characters, music, plots, and all that kind of thing. So Moon Knight 1. What do you think about it on a deeper level?
I mean, for some of the characters, perfect casting, but for some of them, like it's been a while since I watched it, so like I don't remember all the characters, but like some of them just, the actors kind of felt out of place. Like they didn't portray that character well enough. The music, I think that's when you were developing your own music or trying to find music you could play.
Yeah.
Music was good. I mean, lighting and aesthetics.
It was very dark.
It was very dark, kind of.
Couldn't see a lot.
Yeah, you couldn't really see what was going on, but I mean, for our first film, it was really good.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously it's gotten way better.
Yeah, our new movies are completely blown out of the water.
Yeah.
I mean, stuff like Midnight Suns, Dragon Tiger 3.
And it's funny, they like people think before they see the credits of like what it was filmed on, people think it's like filmed by this expensive camera. No, I mean it is an expensive camera, but it's just a cell phone camera.
Yeah, all these movies are filmed on a cell phone, which some people that I talk to find it to be very crazy. Like, I was talking to my girlfriend. I showed her a clip from Dragon Tiger 3, and she's like, "Did you guys do this on a camcorder?" And I was like, "No, I do this on my phone." And she was like, "Wow, that's very good cinematography for a
Yeah,
cell phone.
but I mean,
You can do a lot."
I hope we do get into using that camcorder I did bring.
I'm definitely going to do some test runs with it soon.
I mean, hopefully the cinematography looks way better on that too.
Yeah, we hope for. Let's see other questions I have here. I don't really want to spend too much time just talking about the movie specifically.
Yeah.
What do you? Oh yeah, these are some pretty. These are more personal ones. Who are some of your favorite actors to work with?
I mean, obviously you. I mean, you're my best friend. We've been friends since elementary school.
Yeah,
So, Jack Mack. I really didn't know him in the beginning, because it was one of Jonathan's friends. But then he started going over to our friend group, and I love
stuck
working.
around ever since.
Yeah, I love working with the guy. He's fun to work with. We get along so well. Like, I feel like that's how most of the crew is, but occasionally we do have our disagreements or misunderstandings.
Which I mean, that's typical.
Yeah, Gabe, don't even get me started on him. He was a pain.
I said favorite.
Yeah.
Actually, let me make it specific with you. Who are your favorite people to work with directing wise? Like, who do you like to be in charge of things?
Well, from who I've experienced so far, you and Jack Mack do really good. I haven't really experienced Brady's directing.
It's gotten better. It's gotten better from what it was.
I mean, I can't, discourage him or even, say, oh, well, I just straight out don't like the way he does it because I haven't worked with him, so I can't, put my critique into something I don't know.
He definitely has spent a lot of time looking to improve it. And over the course of Dragon Tiger 3 specifically, because that was like his first movie that he did himself, he spent a lot of time asking people, like, what can I do better? Am I doing this right? This, that, the other thing.
Exactly, yeah.
Who are your favorite people to work with acting-wise, like just to be on the screen with? Who do you have a lot of chemistry with? Who do you have a lot of fun with? Who gives you that right ideas and things?
I mean, I feel like most people I've worked with, I mean, there's, of course, there's going to be those couple that you don't agree with. I mean, again, you, Jack Mack, Jonathan really portrays his characters very well, and I really enjoy that because, like, it tries to make me pull out the best of what I can be.
Sure.
Other than that, I've really hardly worked with anyone, and, like, I would like to get that chemistry more, but, some people we don't have anymore, they either quit or got fired or, just moved on with life.
Yeah, for sure. So, what are your thoughts on, not really, let me think here for a second. I had a question, but really we haven't gone over it enough. Have you learned anything from other members of the YTMCU when it comes to acting?
I mean, from Jonathan and Jack Mack, I've learned I just really need to portray my emotions of the character better, like anger, sadness. Everyone's tried helping me, and some things have stuck, some things haven't, but it's all a learning experience.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta go with the flow. You gotta just try your best, and I mean, I'm grateful for all the help that, again, Jack Mack, Jonathan, you, Dalton, like, all you people who know what you're doing, try and help us, people who really don't understand what we're doing at all, to pull the best out of us.
Yeah, that's what we try to do that. We try to achieve that kind of, try to make our newer actors, see what we can see and do what we can do. even though to a point it won't get that far with a lot of them.
Mm.
But I mean, definitely the newer guys that we have improved a lot since we first started with them.
Yeah.
So we'll kind of take this one back. What made you start in the YTMCU anyway? Like, what was your introduction?
Well, what made me start was, I mean, I was kind of just sitting at home doing nothing. He just kind of texted me and was like, "Hey, we need an actor. Would you like to join us?" And I was like, "Well, what are we doing?" He told me, who I'd be playing, what I'd be doing. Kind of showed me the script a little, and I was like, you know what? I've always wanted to get into acting. I kind of enjoyed doing a little bit of theater when I was in high school, like my 1 year of theater. And, I mean, I was just like, you know what? Screw it. Why not? Try something new. And it kind of turned out terrible, but, it did not discourage me in the slightest,
Which is good. Absolutely.
I was like, hey, this is a learning experience. It's something new. I'm not going to be perfect at the start, I just need to work on it.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. What do you think of just the whole process that we've had over, this period since we've started? How have we grown? How have we improved?
I mean, our audio has improved heavily. Same with our visuals. Our actors, we've gotten rid of some of the weak links, so I feel like our actors are going to be better, more focused on the project now, without people distracting us.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, the blooper reels from, what was it, Dragon Tiger 1, it was just 90% of it was just because the crew was fucking around.
Yeah.
And it was those links that were just making the films not seem as good.
Yeah, sure. Do you have any acting experience outside of the YTMCU?
I mean, besides doing 1 year of theater, not really, no.
What'd you do in that theater year?
We did a couple plays where, like, I just kind of played background characters. I played a couple main characters, but other than that, I kind of just stuck to the shadows.
Yeah. Interesting words.
I mean, I was still on my antisocial, like, didn't really, I wanted to be out there and be heard, but at the same time, I just kind of didn't want anyone to focus on me.
Yeah.
Because I was like, well, what if they focus on the negative? Because, I mean, I'm a teenager. I was anxious about what people thought about me.
Yeah, as most of them tend to be.
I mean, I feel like I filled my roles, though, and did really nice. I got to learn how to do voices better, like, besides just my simple voice or, what I portrayed in films. I just feel like even just a little acting classes, you can learn a lot, and it will help portray your characters. If you ever decided to get into acting, it'll help portray your characters better.
Sure. Do you have any intentions of returning to acting in or out of the YTMCU?
I definitely want to return in some films, but with life being either hectic or just getting in the way of things, it just feels like I can't be around to do stuff. I mean, I definitely want to return, but, I mean, as we all know, our fans don't know, but now they're going to know if they watch this podcast. I'm moving back to PA. It's just a life choice. Just life kind of unexpectedly happened where I just decided to move back for just unknown reasons, really.
Yeah.
They're really unknown to me as well. I'm just living life one day at a time and seeing what I can make of it.
Fair enough, man. That's all you can really do is take it day by day. So we'll get back into the deep super film conversation.
Mm.
What are some of your personal favorite films that we've done?
A couple personal favorites would definitely be Moon Knight 2, where really we really upped everything, acting, visuals, script, all of that. Everything I feel like was better. It wasn't like just thrown together, but it was better thought out and just better put together.
Thank you. Yeah.
Um, Definitely have to say as well, Secret Avengers was one of my favorite things to make. Because, I mean, all of us really, not one person just got the spotlight. Like, we all shared the spotlight and worked together to improve on each other's characters. Like, hey, I feel like you'd be better if you did this. I mean, one of my least favorite things is, like, didn't we change actors, like, 3 different times?
Yeah. Our Iron Fist actor quit before the movie was started production. I remember that. That's when we got Brady.
And then our Shang-Chi didn't show up for a bit, and I remember that, like, where me and you just had to wear a mask and play those characters.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it was fun, but at the same time, it just kind of threw it off because, like, I mean, you see the actors, and then you see them change, and then next scene, boom, they're changed again. It's just,
Yeah.
I definitely feel like the actors were the reason for some of our inconsistencies in the films.
Yeah, definitely.
Because honestly, those weren't, like, we didn't intend for the inconsistencies to happen. It's just, we couldn't really rely on other people.
Yeah. What else here? Some of your favorite characters. Like, who do you really like?
I really like Moon Knight because of how he's portrayed. Like, he feels, I mean, from what I've seen, really, he's basically, the actor and the character are just the same person. Like, they're and that's the nice thing is, like, it's just portrayed better when the character and the person playing it are so similar.
Yeah, yeah. I definitely think playing him is my most comfortable role. I feel like I embody him quite well, and I relate to him a lot as well. So that kind of helps to reflect my acting onto him. Who else?
Bushman was very well portrayed as well.
In both films.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like in the first one, he was kind of just there, and then in the next one,
In Moon Knight 3, he was a lot more involved.
yeah, he was a lot more involved. He actually definitely showed his more villainous side, really.
Yeah, a little darker.
Yeah, which that's kind of what we want from, like, a Moon Knight villain is. We want them to be dark, because that's what we're going for, is, like, a dark, grotesque kind of film.
Yeah, yeah. Which, I think we've definitely done a good job with that so far.
Yeah.
Any other characters you really like? From the Dragon Tiger, the Winter Soldiers, the Daredevils, whatever. Midnight Suns.
I mean,
Wolverine. You can even talk about Wolverine.
Yeah,
I don't care.
I feel like, I mean, I do like Wolverine and I do like Ghost Rider, but I feel like they just need to be developed more.
Yeah, I would like to see more of Wolverine.
Yeah, and
having seen the movie that nobody has seen at this point.
Yeah,
I would like to see more of that character in the future.
Exactly. Like, I just hope. I mean, the fight scenes kind of felt forced. but again, it's a new actor, so we don't really know what to expect from them.
Right.
So, I mean, all we can really expect is for them to really get better, and even if we have to help them get better, that's all we can really ask for is just, I mean, try and get better. If you can't, oh well,
We'll work on it next
we'll
time.
we'll work around it, but then we'll try to continue working on it.
Right.
But I feel like we really didn't see any of Ghost Rider in Midnight Suns, so it's just like he was there, but he was kind of a background character instead of the main character, one of the main characters. So
Yeah. Could definitely been utilized more.
yeah, but I mean, his intro really well thought out. I liked how we thought about that and whatnot, but the execution was very well done as well. Just again, just feels like that was it, just introduction, and then just never really existed
Yeah.
past that.
Yeah. Just a character with that much power is kind of hard to work with sometimes.
Yeah.
But we're working on it. We're thinking about trying to bring him back in some capacity.
Yeah.
And give him his own major role.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the Midnight Suns just as a team, like the characters?
I feel like the Midnight Suns, some of them go so well together, but some of them, I mean, again, because of actors that either didn't show up or couldn't do it or whatnot, kind of just threw plans out the window of the original team that we wanted, which would have been way better.
It was a lot different.
Yeah.
You remember that original roster?
Yeah.
Strange, Moon Knight, fucking Ghost Rider, Blade, Morbius, Elsa Bloodstone.
I feel like they would have fit better together. Like, the team fits good together, don't get me wrong, but
Could have been a better team.
it could have been a better team with better chemistry.
Yeah, I think so.
It just feels like the chemistry isn't there, and from what I've seen, it just seems like they're arguing amongst themselves, even though they have a common goal.
Yeah. I think that was kind of intentional, though.
Mm.
Because I kind of wanted to make it very Suicide Squad-esque, or it was just a team of people that, didn't necessarily get along, and aren't necessarily even, like, good people.
Yeah.
Like, they're all basically anti-heroes. And they all have their own dark pasts and, inner demons.
Yeah.
But, towards the end of the movie, they come together as a team. And that's what really makes it, what I think, a good plot.
Yeah. I would have liked to see more of them actually, like, developing, acting like a team instead of just, them always arguing, then, the main scene, all of a sudden we're friends and, we're gonna fight together,
Yeah. Do you think that the team dynamic between them is better or worse than the Secret Avengers?
It definitely feels a little... I'm sorry. It feels better, but at the same time, it just feels like the team dynamic is not really there.
Yeah, it's different.
Cats, man, they're hilarious.
Yeah, my cat is currently in the background swatting at a random bug.
And meowing at.
Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on upcoming projects like Spider-Man? I guess we can talk about Wolverine again since it's technically not out.
Yeah.
Daredevil Part 2.
Well, Wolverine, I feel, again, it's just gonna have the Deadpool/Winter Soldier syndrome where it's not gonna be really well received. It's gonna be kind of received as a joke. But, I mean...
I hope not.
I hope not
like
either.
I like it.
It was very well done. Some things could be improved upon, but,
Pacing, more personal development for Logan himself.
Yeah,
we both know the film is less of a character study of Wolverine and more of a Western.
Yeah.
It has that Western vibe where it's kind of just about the there's a problem and it has to be solved.
Yeah.
Rather than like the character's deep inner struggle.
I mean, I kind of hoped, because I've been hearing a lot about it, how hyped up it was. I was hoping it would have been longer. It just felt way too short because, again, as you said, the pacing was very off.
Yeah, that beginning, it plays by somewhat quickly. And it kind of jumps around.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's good. I like it.
It's good, yeah. I just hope it's well received, but I also feel it's going to be received as one of those kind of jokes because it was short and just sloppily kind of.
I will say that out of the shorter films we've made, it's the best one.
Yeah.
It's better than Quicksilver. It's better than Dragon Tiger 1. Better than Moon Knight 1. Better than Winter Soldier. Better than all those.
Yeah, but definitely could be worked upon.
Sure. You haven't seen much of Spider-Man.
No, I really haven't even seen anything of Spider-Man yet, but I mean.
You'll see some tonight.
Yeah,
We're shooting for it tonight.
I'm excited to see what we have, who we're working with. Really,
some interesting people. Of course, me coming back to play Sin Eater. Owen is Venom. Coda is Spider-Man. Interesting.
Yeah.
It's been really fun so far. Very different from Wolverine. Of course, going back to that comical route rather than a more of a Western type, it's more of the casual superhero.
Yeah.
So with Wolverine, where do you think it'll be placed in, like, I don't know, a tier list of the YTMCU films? You think it'll be more middle or higher?
I feel like it'll be in the middle, kind of like the standard we want, like for the bare minimum.
So you think it's like an average?
Yeah, basically, about an average, like what we want as like a base for a starting film.
Yeah, I can see that.
What other films do we have that we want to do in production here?
I know Brady's talking about either remaking the first Daredevil or doing a part 2. I actually think he wanted to redo the first one and then make the second one.
He wanted to redo the first one, and I kind of agree with him because
the cast is completely different.
Exactly, and it would throw the consistency right out the window, like 110%. So, I mean, it's not like we're gonna retcon the whole thing, but I mean, I'd like to remake that just so we have the same cast for the entire both parts.
There's another movie that I'm working on that we can't talk about. It's a super secret project.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. From what I've actually seen of that though, I'm really hyped up for that.
Peak returns.
Exactly.
Peak again. What else? I think Brady wanted to do a film about the Shocker.
Yeah, he wanted to do a Shocker standalone film.
Yeah, it's like a heist movie. Him and like 2 other villains, I think Electro and Chameleon. Those 3 doing some stuff.
2 electric boys.
Yeah.
Working together.
I think what something that I'm excited to hear about is Brady wanted to do a Deadpool Wolverine movie, which brings them both back.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of get to hear more about X-Men lore and see more of both characters.
We're doing what Marvel will never do.
Well, apparently they're doing it.
Yeah, supposedly, but you know how Marvel is. They'll tease something and then just keep it in production for like 10 years and then be like, oh yeah, here it is. It exists.
Yeah. I was thinking if Venom does particularly well in Spider-Man, I could do a Venom film.
That has definitely been an idea of yours for a very long time.
Since the beginning, because Venom is one of my favorite characters.
Yeah. I mean, one thing I'd like to do would be do a remake of Winter Soldier, but life kind of.
If that'll ever happen.
It may happen, it may not. Life just kind of throws shit our way, and we've got to take it.
Yeah. There's plenty of films that we've had ideas of doing. We wanted to do a mobster-style prequel movie about the Hood. If you remember him from Dragon Tiger.
Yeah, I remember him. He was I mean,
One of the coolest villains.
he was cool, but the character change, like the actor change, kind of.
If I would have got to play him the whole time, he would have been really fun.
Yeah, it's just again with the actors being inconsistent, kind of throwing our consistency off.
Yeah. But if you ignore that, he's fucking cool.
He is really cool.
And one of the more powerful roles as well.
Yeah, I feel like if we really let him reach his full potential, he probably would have been too dangerous. And
Couldn't have beat him.
yeah.
I think that was actually the reason why we didn't, was because it gets to a point where, like,
How do you beat him? Yeah.
Yeah. So we kind of killed him prematurely. But we wanted to do a prequel about him, kind of like a mobster style, just his origin story. We wanted to do a Century movie, like a psychological thriller.
I remember that. Yeah, we never got to it.
I have a script for it.
I think I remember you showing me the script, and we just never got to it.
It's very psychology based and focuses a lot on the mental part of it rather than like the physical part. Where in a lot of movies, it's like, well, a lot of movies we make, it's fight scenes because superheroes fight. But with the Century movie, it's an internal mental struggle where the fight is not necessarily between two superpowered beings. The fight is between a man and his inner demons.
I definitely feel like more movies that we make, if we would take aspects from both sides, I feel like if we intertwine them, like have that psychological battle and actual battles on top of it, would be actually something really interesting.
Yeah, I think we would really benefit from that. I like that we've been trying to do different genres as well.
Yeah.
Like, you had Midnight Suns was an action-packed adventure movie on a paranormal level. Wolverine was a western. Dragon and Tiger 3 was like a martial arts movie. Yeah, everything's different.
Yeah, I definitely
Incinerator was like a psychological horror.
Yeah, I definitely love to dip into like other genres and make everything just kind of just flip everything upside down of what you think you know.
Yeah, I like that we do that because with the MCU, it's almost like everything's the same.
Exactly.
Very formulaic, but we try to kind of add aesthetics to things and different genres and
I
change
mean,
it up so it's not always just the same thing over and over again.
I mean, like the MCU does, like they do everything in a phase. They have a set timeline. We kind of throw it all around
because it's an ever expanding universe. You can
exactly.
just do whatever you want with it.
Basically, and
you don't have to tie it into anything. Like the Wolverine movie, it's not tied into anything else.
Yeah.
It's just about Wolverine.
I mean,
you know that he exists in the same world as movie and Iron Fist, but you don't need them to be there.
Exactly. Or like how the entire Secret Avengers exist, but
you never see a single one.
Yeah, exactly. Like we still exist in our own films and in our own like times.
Right. Which is I like that. I like that we can do that. We can also one other thing I like about our movies is that we can get dark.
Yeah.
We can get gory. We can get bloody. We can get to themes that most MC movies won't tackle, like murder.
Yeah. I mean, I really like the Moon Knight show. I'd love to see more of that they did, but who knows?
You'll probably never see that.
Yeah, we're probably never going to see it. Disney was like, that's just a social experiment.
Real. Oh, do you know what the Midnight Mission is?
Somewhat, but not really, no.
We only ever did one episode of it, but it was supposed to be like a psychological horror show about the Midnight Suns, and where they'd face like different demons and monsters and cryptids in every episode. That's something we wanted to do, but we just never got around to doing it. We only did one episode. I have scripts for 3 other episodes, but we've just not made them. One of them is a Ghost Rider episode.
It's mainly because of actor struggles and...
Yeah, everyone's working and people are back in college now,
yeah.
Things like that. Yeah,
back in school, college, what be it. Everyone's got a life. That's why most of our films haven't... They've taken their time.
Yeah, that's why Spider-Man hasn't been finished and Wolverine is coming out in a month. It gives us some time to work things out. As far as I'm aware at the moment, I'm only doing one film after Spider-Man. I'm going to do that last film, and then I will probably retire, but I haven't decided. We will see how it goes.
I definitely want to continue doing more films, but like I kind of want to put being the main character of films kind of on the back burner.
Yeah.
Because again, just with life, not everyone has time.
Yeah, it's hard to be a main character.
I mean, it's not like this is the end of the YTMCU. It's just all of us either have jobs or have some sort of family, and we just life happens. We can't control it really.
Yeah, Brady and Owen just went on to their colleges, so who knows what we'll see with them from now on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be Cole's moving back to PA in a couple days. The Blair twins, they have jobs. Jonathan, Jack, Mac, Dalton, they're all grown and have jobs. I'm moving out next year, next May, in my own place, and we'll be starting, a family. And so, it's gonna be interesting to kind of see how everything goes.
I mean, obviously, us, and not just as actors, but I mean, we'll still all be friends. It's not like we're disbanding our friend group because hey, we all have lives. We're still gonna be friends. We're still gonna, try and hang out and maybe even try and get some films out for you guys. But we don't know.
It's a rough thing to work with, but it happens, man. It happens. What else? Any more questions do I have here?
Just start singing.
I don't know. What do you think of the new members that we have? I guess I might as well go over them. We'll talk about the Blairs, the twin dudes. What do you think of them?
Have I met them yet? I really don't know. I think they could be, a good potential, but until I meet them, I'm in that uncertain area of knowing.
Isaiah played Ghost Rider in Midnight Suns.
Alright, so I mean, he did really good. Could be better, but again, every actor just starting out isn't going to be perfect.
Yeah. Most of the ones that I'm going to talk about are in Dragon Tiger 3, which you haven't really watched.
Yeah.
Like Isaac plays the main villain, Takeshi, and also Zhengzhou. And Owen plays Orson Randall. Owen also plays Venom in Spider-Man, and Joe Braddock in Wolverine, the eye patch dude.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that?
I feel like he definitely did really good, but I mean the character kind of wasn't all there.
Yeah,
in my opinion,
he didn't really do much.
He just kind of existed, did a couple of things, and then just faded out of existence for good.
What do you think of Wyatt? Since he's got some pretty big main roles coming up. Wolverine, Green Goblin.
I definitely feel like he can step up to the plate for these things, but not without help.
Well, yeah, definitely true. I'd say that's true for everybody, though.
Yeah, exactly. Going back to my argument about, not every actor is going to be perfect.
Yeah. Even I'm not.
Exactly. Like, we all do some kind of fuck up, but, we try and keep it to a minimum, but, I mean, it's all based on chance, really. It could be hit or it could be missed.
Yeah. It just tends to be how it is. What do you think of the fight choreography in the new movies?
I definitely feel like on some of our fights we're kind of regressing back into the fights not looking realistic. But it'll get back up there with work, as everything will. It just needs worked on, really.
Yeah. I think the Wolverine movie has both a really good fight scene, which is the final fight between X and Wolverine, and the other scenes are just kind of okay.
I mean, like,
The bar fight's pretty good too.
Yeah, but I just feel like some of them aren't really well done because you can tell where the punches are faked.
Yeah.
Which that's not what we want. Like we want them to look very realistic, but at the same time we don't want to just beat the shit out of our men.
Yeah.
Not all of us are like Alex and can take like 7,000 punches to the face and still be fine.
Yeah, not care. Yeah. Not everybody can. That's true. I think it also really helps when you have the right person doing the punching.
Yeah.
Because like some people don't know where to stop and start with their punches.
Mm.
Or like with me, I can get like an inch away from your face and it'll look like I hit you, but I won't.
Or there's those occasional scenes where we'll have someone who can take a punch until like the camera stops rolling.
Yeah.
Where we'll just be like, yeah, sure, just actually punch me, beat the out of me. I mean, again, like for that fight scene we had between me and you when we were boxing,
yeah.
I was just like, you know what? Screw it. I'll do something different. Actually hit me. You know, like I wanted to portray the pain just firsthand. Like I actually feel the pain, so I'm gonna portray it as, you know, it's gonna be portrayed better because you're actually feeling the pain.
Right. See, that's what I do whenever I'm doing fight choreography as like I don't know, Moonlight Scenery or whatever. I just like just hit me, cause
I will say that was funny though. One thing you guys did not get to see because obviously we cut the camera. When in Moon Knight 2, Midnight Man versus Moon Knight, I actually punched Alex in the nose.
it's pretty funny.
And
I thought it was awesome.
And he was excited about it. He was congratulating me, and I was just like, please don't kill me. I didn't mean to punch you.
Yeah, everyone's afraid to hit me because I guess everyone thinks that I want to kill you.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely were a little more unhinged back then, but you've gotten better.
Before therapy and
medication.
Yeah, whatnot. Anyone that knows me could tell you I'm basically a fucking superhero origin story.
Yeah.
Well, more like a supervillain origin story. Or an anti-hero origin story.
I'd say more of an anti-hero.
That's why I played Moon Knight so well. Anyway, any questions you have for me, man?
Not really.
I don't got much either, so I guess we'll go ahead and cut it off here, man. Well, it was good to have you on.
Yeah, it was good being here.
I'm sure most of the people on here are either glad to hear you back or surprised.
Definitely, probably surprised. Like everyone that I've worked with that was still around, they were definitely surprised to see me here. Yeah. They were like, "What? You're still alive? You're here?"
Yeah.
Especially your mom. Your mom was like, "What? You're still alive?"
Yeah. Really glad that you got to be on here with me today, man, and talk about the movies that we've made and the ones that we're gonna make and just how things have went in general.
Exactly.
Very exciting, very hyped.
Actually, I do have a question real quick.
What you got?
So what's your thoughts on if we were to make a Secret Avengers 2?
My ideal scenario with these movies would be ending it with Secret Avengers 2, which is what I would like to do. And I think Brady also wants to. If you can come back as Winter Soldier, I'm totally down to pull up again as Moon Knight.
Exactly. Like I'll definitely try and be there, but like if you get me down here, if you help me out, I'll definitely do it.
Who knows, man? Maybe like next summer or the one after, when we're all free, we'll all just get together and spend a couple months just filming a bunch of stuff for it.
And I mean,
cool,
if you guys ever want to, again, I invite you out to where I'm staying. We can get that new scenery that we've always wanted.
Say, with the newer movies, you're going to see a lot of different scenery now that we're living in other places.
Yeah.
Spider-Man's got a lot of new places.
Wolverine has a lot of different places.
And other films coming out will have more environments, which is exciting.
Exactly, because I mean, yeah, we've been banned from few locations.
No,
I think like 2 or 3.
we weren't banned from any. We were just
told not to film there anymore.
Yeah, which wasn't our fault actually. But one of them was because of other people.
Yeah. That was hilarious still.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we'll go ahead and cut it off here, man.
Yeah.
Hope you all have a wonderful day today, and I'm glad you listened to the podcast. Keep on keeping on, and we'll post something soon. Cole, you want to say bye?
Goodbye, fella.
Fella. Fella.
Fellas. Ladies and gentlemen.